If you are interested in 3D modeling or in 3D printing, this is the video for you because I'm going to show you Tinkercad, which is an online 3D modeling software which you can use to make models and 3D print. I've signed up, I'm on tinkercad.com, and I've signed up with my Google account, but once you're on this page, you can click on plus new and click on 3D design. And I'm going to show you how to make a 3D model. First thing we see is the work plane. This is where we're working from. You can change the camera angle by holding down the right click with your mouse and just moving your mouse around. First thing I'm going to do is make sure that we're in inches. So I'm going to click on setting, change it from millimeters to inches, and I'm going to make the size of the work plane 12 inches by 12 inches, so just 1 square foot. And that makes it easier for me to visualize. Over here on the left, we have a ton of different shapes that we can use, and Tinkercad's very drag and drop oriented, so I can just drag and drop a cylinder on the project, a sphere. There's a roof part that you can use, cone, all kinds of shapes here, including text. If you want to add words, you can drag that and change what it says from the text property, like that. I'm going to show you more with this cylinder. And we're mainly going to be working from basic shapes. If I click on the basic shapes button, it will show other categories. You can choose from creatures, characters, vehicles, hardware, electronics. I really never work with any of those. I'm going to be using basic shapes for the rest of this video. So I'm going to click on this cylinder, and if I click the F key on my keyboard, that moves my camera in nice and close. And the first thing I notice, I can change the color by clicking any one of these other color options here. I can change its position by clicking on it and using the arrow keys to move it side to side. What's cool is it's very easy to change the snap grid setting. So for example, that setting's down here. And if you don't like how much your shape is moving every single time you click the arrow key, you can change it. So for me, I'm going to change it from 1/8 of an inch to 1/32 of an inch. And now if I click on it and move my arrow keys, you can see it's moving a lot less than it used to. Or if I want to move it even more with every click, I can change the snap grid to 1/2 an inch. And now the sphere or the cylinder moves much faster. But I'm going to leave it on 1/8 of an inch. To move it up, so the arrow keys let me move it on any of the sides, but to move it up, what you need to do is click on this top little arrow right here, the black arrow, and just click and drag that. That will move it up. To change the size, we have a lot of options here. If you click on the part, you'll see both gray boxes and black boxes. The black boxes let you change the size in one direction, while the gray boxes let you change the size in both directions. Here's something you can do. If you want to change an object by making it bigger or smaller, but without changing its shape. So like this is changing its shape. But if I want to just make it bigger or smaller, you can drag one of these gray boxes and hold down the shift key. And that will look like this. It's maintaining the exact same shape. It's just getting bigger or smaller. If you didn't hold down shift, you could be getting results like this. And that's something useful you can do with that. If you find yourself needing a new camera angle, like higher or lower, instead of just changing the angle like this, you can just hold down the middle mouse button and then drag your mouse around, and that will let your camera move up and down without changing the angle like that. Let me show you one more thing. You can turn parts into negative parts. If you click on, I'll use this sphere for an example. If I click on this sphere and click whole, I turn it into a negative part. That's what I call it. It's not really called a negative part, but basically a negative part you can use as an eraser for another part. So if I move this sphere on top of this cylinder here, then if I select both the cylinder and sphere by just dragging a box over both of them, there's a group button right here. When I click group, I combine both the shapes, and you can see how it erased from the cylinder using that sphere shape. And that's your introduction into CAD. Thank you for watching.